I'm here. It is January 1st, and I am actually filming my 2019 setup video. I know it's a little late because a lot of people do this prior to the 1st so that other people can, pick up some tips and tricks as they set up, but this is way more on top of it than I've been with YouTube. That is something that I do want to change this year because I watch a lot of YouTube, so I would like to use this platform to be helpful and not just show my deco flips, but also to show functionally how I use my planners, how I change things based on my needs changing, and also all the other stuff that I share on my Insta stories, which you guys seem to like. So first, I'm gonna go through what my planners are. So this is my newest planner. This is an A6 Rings Pele Studio. This is the white goat skin with the mermaid sequin spine. The glitter does not come off. I'm sure if you did that, it might, which I will not do because this is my favorite thing possibly ever in life. As you can see, the white goat skin is a little less white than the salt, which is a Foxy Fix Spice Personal Wide Rings. But it's because of the texture of the leather and the fact that it's goat skin leather. So it is an all white planner. This is the second A6 Rings that I own. The first one is, I don't know why I'm doing this right now. The first one is a pink one. So I love this beauty. This is my newest planner. I literally got it on New Year's Eve actually, which is amazing. The second main planner that I'm going to be using is no surprise if you followed me. This is a Personal Wide Rings. This is Elle. She is probably my favorite planner from 2018 because I used her so much, and I never thought I was a white planner person prior to getting Elle. I love Elle. Everything looks good in her. I do like this style of Foxy Fix because there's a TN strap. It has a pocket in the back, all that good stuff. So I will flip through these, but I'm just gonna finish going through the list. And then I have my passion planner. This is a rose gold passion planner. It is an academic year because I started it the middle of this year, I believe. And I have never been in a passion planner before. I know that there are different variations. There's undated, there are different sizes. This is the only size that was available to me in a dated rose gold version, and that's exactly what I wanted. And actually, I quite like the size. It is bigger. It's not the biggest. I don't know. This does not really, it's not an on-the-go planner. This is my main keep it together life planner. And then last but not least, I have my B6 Stalogy, which sadly is missing a vinyl. And this planner is not a planner. This is a book that I think I dubbed it my life book when I got it. And it's just a place where I put notes, to-do lists, quotes, things that I see on the internet that I like, horoscopes, all that stuff. So I did do a little bit of deco in here. Obviously, I have my babies. And I had a pocket here, but it came off, so I need to redo that. So you can see, I put in, on my birthday. Oh, I started this on my birthday, I think. The new moon solar eclipse on August 11th. So I wrote some stuff down there. And I can't flip through this. I know people have asked for a flip. First of all, it's not that exciting because I'm not an artist, so I'm an artist in my own right, but not in this painty, drawy way. All technical terms. So I can't flip through it. It's also super personal. And I also use it as a journal. So I did flag a couple pages to show you. So this, for example, this is a full moon reading that I found on the interwebs, and I was like, oh, I definitely want to include that in here. Here, I just started a 2019 travel page that I kind of sketched out some of my travel for this year. And what is this? Oh yeah, so Heal is a documentary that I watched, so I took notes. So it's a good place for me to take notes where I'm not sure that I want those notes or that list in any of my other planners, but I definitely don't want to lose it. And I think there's something about writing things down that just kind of really gets it. You think about it more, it imprints in your brain, all that good stuff. So that's what this life book is for. I just have this card. This was an Annie Plans freebie from Winter Plannerland. I like it because it has the 2019 year at a glance. And yeah, I just have some Post-its and whatnot back here. So this is my life book. That's pretty much all I'm going to say about that. I generally keep this in my purse. That might change, but I haven't figured out how I'm going to carry my planner situation, because as you will see, my planners are not small and my purse is not huge. So we'll figure that out. But this is my life book, B6 Stalogy. And first I'm going to go into the Passion Planner. So this is my keep it all together planner. And the reason I bought this is because I used to have, I cannot remember the name to save my life. It was a very unattractive planner, but it was one of the most functional layouts I had ever seen. So I'm going to skip to May. So the first thing with the Passion Planner is that there are these pages leading up, well, there's these pages following the month where there are monthly reflection questions. I have done this a couple times, but I don't do it every month. And then you have a monthly view. I love a monthly view. I don't know how people ever live without monthly views. I have monthly views in these planners as well. And you'll see, this is just a place for me to see overall what my month looked like. I've already pre-planned with a Post-it when I'm gonna be in Vegas. It has a variety of little things that you may or may not need to fill out. You can always cover it with washi or stickers, you know, projects, etc. This is also where I keep track of where I'm gonna be, because I split my time between Sacramento and Mountain View, or the Bay Area. So it's super helpful for that. So love a monthly view. This is what the weekly view looks like. This is not exactly the layout of my previous planner, the name of which I cannot remember, but it is so useful. And I will tell you why. First of all, having a week on 2 pages on a big spread allows me to see my entire week in detail, but at a glance, if that makes sense. It is timed. And then the best thing is that there are 2 lists here, personal and work, which is exactly what I need in my life right now. So I have running to-do list. I have total blank space to do whatever. I usually put sticky notes here, just random other bits. I usually use washi and make it all cute. You can put this week's focus up here, good things that happened. And then I even like how there's a today's focus block at the top. I often put in the lower right-hand corner of this where I am in California. And then, yeah, my main to-do, or if it's a fun day or something like that. So I love this. This is both personal, work, everything. Everything goes in here. The other purpose that the Passion Planner serves for me is because it's timed. I use this also as my notes for my Erin Condren memory keeper, which I completely, of course, forgot to show. Hold on just a moment. So I do have an Erin Condren that I bought when I was in Austin for the SPC. Well, I wasn't there for the party, but when I was in Austin. And this is my memory keeper. But, as many of you know, I have not gotten very far. This was my first week this was at the Austin week, so I decided to start it then. Great. I really want to make cute monthlies, but I don't have monthly stickers for anything in 2018. And this is what, my birthday week? And that's it. So I want to keep up with this year. I think we counted 21 weeks of catching up to do. But instead of worrying about doing the catch up and then going current, I have decided that I'm going to devote a chunk of time every Monday to doing my weekly spread. So when I'm doing this, because it's a memory keeper, I can refer to my Passion Planner to see exactly what I did that day, which is super handy because I used to just keep it on notes on my phone, but like that got a little messy. So this is how I use my Passion Planner. Let me see if there is something I can show you. Yeah, so this is this week, and I pre-plan using these little Post-its, which are super handy. And so that way when I look at this, I can say, okay, this is everything that, like, I need to chunk out my time this way to know which days I'm going to the gym, which days I need to work on one of my jobs versus another job versus the shop, etc. And I just love it. I absolutely love this layout. This super cute New Year's Cheers washi is from Wonton. So yes, the Passion Planner keeps my life together and I love it. I do not feel like it's super repetitive because I will show you how I use my other planners. I try to refer to my passion planner every single day. Well, I'm trying to develop a new organizational productivity planner routine that will include regular review of all of my planners, but especially my passion planner day to day, because I like to see where I am in the week, and I like to then gauge what I need to get done, what I need to like push off to the next week. So passion planner, she don't even have a name. She's just pretty. Now, first we will go into my A6 rings. Traditionally, my A6 rings last year was a business planner for the shops. And it worked a little bit, but then it didn't really, because I wasn't really using it a lot. And a lot of the stuff for business I keep track of in Google Drive. I'm a spreadsheet crazy person, so it didn't make sense. Like, I wasn't using it, and that made me really sad, because I think A6 rings is a fantastic size. It's a fantastic everyday carry size. Also, the planner is gorgeous. This year, I decided to make my A6 rings my everyday carry. Now, I use that term with an asterisk because depending on what I'm doing in a day, I don't need to carry my planner. So if I need to go to Whole Foods, am I going to bring this planner? No. I know a lot of people do, and they put in their grocery list, but that does not work for me. Those kinds of things live in my phone. Also, I'm usually Insta storing when I'm at Whole Foods. So everyday carry meaning my day-to-day planner. So I will show you inside. So that's why I also don't have charms on it right now, is because I need to fit it in bags, and charms make it a little bit harder. Especially because my bag is too small. I got to figure out that situation. I am not going through deco in this planner. If I go through deco, we're going to be here all day. And this video is already going to be pretty long because I want to really talk through how I'm using my planners. So yeah, if you have a question, you can ask, but if you also can refer to some of my older videos, and I will continue to do deco flips of my planners. And in those, I will tag. What I will tag are any of the planners I'm using, inserts I'm using, and maybe the dividers. So I had so much fun setting this up. And I will say this one is not as certain as my personal wide rings, because this is a new way that I'm using this planner. And so I'm still kind of figuring out everything. So you can see I don't have any of my dividers. They don't have like words on them yet because I need to figure out what those are. The dividers, by the way, are from Studio L2E. They're amazing. So I'm going to order some custom text once I figure out exactly what these sections will be. So the first bit I have is this Q1 2019. Really, I just needed to print this insert because it's so stinking cute. And I think it's Hello Petite paper and Annie Plans. I am not sure exactly, but what I'm using this for, but I think for me, I want to look at my year in quarters, which is a very business thing to do. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. You could also say it's seasonal. But I like to chunk up my year into quarters and really figure out what my big goals are for that quarter. It is a lot less intimidating than a year, but it's also more than a month, which is not very long. And for me, looking at my first quarter, Jan, Feb, March, I have a lot of really big things that I'm doing. And so it's a way to put it all in one place, but also not be super overwhelmed by the year and not get into the day-to-day minutia of maybe looking at it by week or month. So that's what this section is for. And then I have my lists, which is something I had in my previous planner. Oh, you can see. So I have a list of some of the tabs that I think I will need from Kanani. And in my list section, I use a variety of inserts because they're cute. And sometimes my needs change depending on what kind of list it is. So yeah. Oh my gosh, look at this. I put planner conundrums. And I was like, easy way to compile to-dos for a week, which is still something I'm kind of figuring out. I don't want to go into it right now, but I did that, and then I stupidly realized it's the cover page. I don't like to write on the cover pages because I don't want to have to reprint them if I don't want this anymore, but whatever. It's fine. So my next section is my weekly, and I need to fill this out today, but this is kind of new for me to have a weekly not in my personal wide rings. By the way, all these inserts are Annie plans. So this is one of the newest weeklies she released. I think this is the December. No, this is the Two Little Bees collab that she just released. So I like this insert a lot because you have the week at a glance here. You have space for to-dos, and then you have a lot of grid space to do whatever else you need. This is different from the passion planner because, first of all, like, I can't fit a lot of stuff here. There's no day-to-day time. This is just kind of big picture looking at my week. I may not always, this is the thing about this planner, I may not always need this depending on the week. Like, if I'm in Hawaii for a week, I don't need this. But this week, I definitely need this because I'm going to be in 2 different places. I have a lot of stuff to get done. I have work to get done. So that's where this is useful. So I will be filling this out later today. And then I have my daily. I need to make a little bookmark out of that. Catspresso vinyl. So my daily really just needs to be a list. It just needs to be a to-do list because I don't need it timed. I think my little conundrum is like figuring out a place to brain dump all the things I need to do in a day, but I haven't figured out what order, and maybe the order doesn't matter, so I don't want to put in my passion planner. This is a place to do it. So I just have a lot of list inserts. This is Happy Scrappy with Annie plans. That's my daily. So I used to have dailies in my personal wide rings. I obviously no longer do. My dailies live here, and my dailies are really to-do lists. The week insert is really more of the planning type thing. So after my dailies, the next section is my shop section. And this is a place where I have a couple of sections. So the first section is really just a lot of different kinds of paper. And this is where I keep any information I need, like things I need to reorder or things that I want to do, ideas, etc. Just, this is a brain dump for my shop. Also, like referencing some of my favorite suppliers or where I get my packaging or all that stuff. That all lives in this section. And then I also have in my shop section a monthly. These are all Annie Plans printables, by the way. So I like this monthly for the shop because it's a month per page with a list. And for me, this is where I mark what I release when. So I'll put like, you know, release number blank. And then down here, I can write the details of what was in that release. So this is a really easy way for me to do that. Instead of like trying to write it into one of the bigger calendars, I need text space, but I also want to see the monthly view. I told you I love a monthly view because I need to see at a glance, like, am I hitting every week? Why do I have space here? What day of the week, etc. So this is perfect for that. I used this last year in this planner. And then the last section in my shop section is projects and collabs, which is exactly what it sounds like. And I do have this different monthly view for this. And this is where I'm going to write kind of themes, new items, new categories of things I'm going to have, or any collabs and projects that I'm doing with other shop owners. That's a relatively new thing. I started at the end of last year, but it's really this year. The next section is my monthly bill section. This is a printable from Jasenia Printables. And this is a really good monthly bills insert because it has a monthly view, which you know I like a monthly view. It just helps me reference. I don't know what it is. And then I covered that up, but it has a place for you to put all your monthly bills, the amount, due date, and whether it's paid or not. This is, in my brain, this is how I think of my monthly bills. And I like to see it all in one list. I like to see it as compared to a calendar, and this is the detail that I need, which is not a ton, but it is more than just the bill and the amount. So I really, 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 really like this insert. This is brand new for me. It is the monthly bills insert. Now, then my last section is what I dub my Carolyn section, which is kind of a catch-all for anything else that I need to capture. So as you can see, I have some blank journaling style paper, grid paper, just to kind of put my dreams, thoughts, etc. This also exists in my personal wide rings. This is just, I needed this in this planner too because this is more of my everyday carry planner. And so I need a place with just blank paper where I can jot stuff down. And stuff that I know I want in my planner. And that's it. Plus a ton of deco. So then the last thing I have, you're gonna laugh because you're like, how many monthly views do you need, Carolyn? I bought this, I think I got it from Tokyo Pen Shop, but maybe not. It's a Twin Stars 2019 calendar. I love Twin Stars. It's adorable. It's totally my color scheme. I absolutely love it. And it's just a monthly, but like a really freaking cute monthly. So this is my, if I really am just like jotting down like appointments or schedules, like if when I go to therapy and we're scheduling our next session, this is the only thing I need to grab and pull out because I will put all my mega appointments and travel on here. So yeah, super cute. So that is that. This is my A6 rings. Her name, by the way, is Selene, S-E-L-E-N-E. I realize I may not be pronouncing that correctly, but she is the Greek goddess of the moon. And this makes me think of magic and moonlight. So that's my A6 rings. Now, on to the chunky beast that is my personal wide rings. This is still my absolute favorite size planner. I was in a pocket TN for a really long time. And then I left the planner world for a bit. And when I came back, I saw that there was this thing called a personal wide rings. Now I have never been in a personal planner, personal rings, because it's too narrow for me and I don't like that size dimension. It's why the A6 rings is also very popular because it's like a good ratio of length to width for writing purposes. And I saw that Annie was making inserts for personal wide rings and I was like, this might be the answer to all my problems. To go from a pocket TN to go to a personal wide rings is quite a large size jump. But the other thing that I loved is, you know how much I love decorating and setting up my planner. And you can do that really, really well in a TN. And I thought you really couldn't in a rings, but I was wrong. You can actually be way more creative in rings, I think, than a TN. And you can change things out really easily, obviously, because you're just like, you can open the rings anytime and change order, change one page, not change a whole book. It's amazing. So this is my personal wide rings. And this was the main planner I used in 2018 for everything. So this included, at various points in the year, dailies, weeklies, timed dailies. I used a sticker in here, but now I save those kinds of stickers for my EC. Everything. What it has consistently kept is a list tab, a project tab, a wellness tab, and it used to have a reference section, which I haven't decided if I want my reference. It's not big, so I can stick it either here under Carolyn or in Selene under Carolyn. I haven't decided yet. So this has changed in the sense that it no longer contains that kind of like daily, weekly scheduling. What it does still have is my year. So we will get into that. First, you gotta get through all the deco. Oh, the other thing it has this year, look at this adorable 2019. These were made for me by a friend, Rachel. She doesn't sell them, but you can make it yourself in the Silhouette shop, which is something I can't do. So I'm really excited about this. This is a goal getter section. So what used to be here was my life in pixels, because I wanted it front and center. This is my 2018 life in pixels. I tracked mood and I tracked fitness. I still have one of these, but it's in a place that seems to make more sense to me now. Whereas here in the very front and center, I have this goal getter insert from Jasenia Printables. And what I love about this insert, I need to fill this out, but like my handwriting is so bad that like I don't want to letter my word of the year here. I need somebody else to do it. So my favorite thing about this insert, well, you can see some notes there that I put. My word is thrive, as evidenced by that, is that there is this monthly page. I like monthly overview pages because this serves several purposes for me. I can put major events. I can put things I need to do and actions that are like big picture. But also for me, I can put monthly goals, which is what I'm going to put here or here. I don't know. I haven't decided. I like to develop monthly goals. I used to do this every I used to do this every week and every month back in the day before I was in the planner community. And it's something I want to bring back. So I love a monthly overview. I like it. It's just an insert with like a page per month. It's great. I love it. So that's in the very front. And then my first tab is lists. This is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a variety of lists. So I have a variety of pages. This is so my favorite. This is the December Planner Society insert with Annie. And do you see this? First of all, it has stars in pink. The second, the way it's separated is brilliant. I love it. So I also have I asked Rachel to make me a tab for Happy Mail because I often need to flip to that. This is where I keep track of all the Happy Mail I need to send out. That's lists. And because it's the rings, the beauty of the rings, I can take out, if I'm done with the list, I can add more paper if I want to use a new insert, yada, yada, yada. The next tab is projects. Projects has changed. I used projects really heavily in Q1 of 2018 because I was moving. So I had to pack, I had to figure out storage, I had to do all that stuff. Now my projects are a little bit different, but there are two sections within this. There's my personal projects section, which is where I'm going to jot down things that I want to, big projects that I want to focus on for me. And then I have a second section, which is shop projects. And this is another insert from Jasenia, and it's a shop projects insert. And what I like about this is, hold on, it's by collection. So this is how I think of my shop and the products, is I do collections. And this is an easy, already divided way for me to organize it. The other thing that I'm using is this. This is a page marker by Catspresso. And what I like about this is that you can just stick it in wherever, and it perfectly fits this sticky note, which is the sticky note from Aria's Daydream that I have a million of, because this is the sticky note I use for my shop. And the reason I like it is because I can go vertical, which is typically how I like to list things. And so if there is something front and center pressing I need to know about the shop, changes to orders, things that I need to do immediately, it's going to be on here. There's a list on the back of this that I can't show you, but I love this concept, and it's kind of like having an inbox, but the inbox is portable, so you can move it, it can change. Let's be honest, most of us put our inboxes, which are just mega to-do lists, on a Post-it anyway. I actually am going to order another one from Catspresso that's an actual inbox for personal inbox. But I think I'm going to get it in A6 size. I love that. My next section is year. I've had this forever, and unsurprisingly, it's a monthly view. So this is a month on 2 pages. I was using a month on 1 page with a list insert for the last quarter of 2018, but I decided I wanted to go back to the month on 2 pages. I really like this new font Annie's using, and this is where I put a cuter version of what I would include in that Little Twin Stars monthly. Appointments, I can use stickers, I can decorate it, travel, stuff like that. I like a monthly, obviously had to include it in this setup, where you can see I've written down massages, birthdays, etc. So the next section is my wellness section. Now, my wellness section previously looked very different. For the first, I would say for most of 2018, oh my gosh, this is so annoying. I can't get that on there. For the most of 2018, my wellness consisted of mind and body. So mind for me was when I tracked all of my mental health stuff. So I would track my depression level every day, and I would track my anxiety level every day. I would track a host of supplements. I would track whether I worked out, how much sleep I got, if I drank, if I had to take a Xanax, etc. If you go back to, I will link the video, but I have a functionality video where I believe I go into detail about how I track my mental health in my planner. I no longer really need to track that stuff. I don't need to track my depression and anxiety levels every day because thankfully I am mostly consistently well. So I, was trying to make it work for a while. Then I was like, oh, maybe I'll just track my energy, which is something that's still a bit volatile. But realistically, I was like, I don't need a habit tracker right now for that purpose. So, but I do recommend habit trackers in general because I think they're very helpful for things like that. And you can see how it changes across the board. So I just put some notes in here of what I wanted to put in, like daily habits, a morning routine, just a list of the supplements I want to take, food, meal ideas, ideal workout week. So I'm still figuring this out. I would like this to be, they're more like standing lists, permanent lists that will live in here versus something I will change. And I'll probably like type them up and make them cute. So that's still to do. Those are just my notes. And right now, the first thing that's in my wellness section is my life in pixels for 2019. So it's very similar to my life in pixels for 2018. Actually, let's look at the difference. I changed a little bit of things. I changed the order, obviously, because this annoyed me. I guess it's basically the same. This worked for me. It's been so incredibly useful to see how my mood has changed, where in the month I may have more of one mood versus another, like more blue or more orange. Those are two that are kind of flags for me. They're sad or anxious. And it's also really good to see, I've mentioned this before, if you look at how much more blue there is in this quarter versus the rest of the year. And blue is sad. Also, X is when I'm like rock bottom. And what's interesting is that if I had done this for 2017, but I wasn't planning in 2017, I mean, I wouldn't say every day would be an X, but a lot of them. Whereas this year or last year, I have a few X's in the beginning because this was a very challenging time of year for me. Not only was I packing and moving my life, but I also still felt like I had to go find a corporate 9 to 8 job. And it wasn't until later in the year that I released that expectation of myself and my mood improved. So I love Life in Pixels. It's a freebie at Annie's shop. If you go to annieplannsprintables.com, at the top there is a link that says freebies, and you can find them in all sizes there. If you buy any other Annie Plan printable inserts, you can use my coupon code, which is Carolyn25. Where is my coupon code card? It's in one of my deco. You better believe I'm going to find it, or I won't find it. I can't find it right now. Carolyn25. That's all you need to know in life. Carolyn25. Now, I had a Life in Pixels for fitness in 2018 too, because I wanted to track the kind of fitness I was doing. Running, lifting, HIIT, insanity, yoga, spin. As you can see, the majority of my workouts were either lifting or running. I did yoga on January 1st, and I did it on April 16th. I also went to yoga today. I'm hoping there will be more yoga in here, but I am changing this because I realize, well, there's two reasons. First, this next insert is an insert I love. It's a relatively new insert from Annie, and I wanted to use it, but I couldn't figure out what I would use it for, and I realized, oh, I can use it for working out because what I want to know when looking at my year at a glance of working out is like, how many times a week am I working out? A. B, what kind of working out am I doing? For me, at least for Q1, the focus is on lifting and lifting heavy and hopefully doing a little bit more yoga. So I want to see. So I haven't decided, like I put yoga today. I don't think I'm going to do different colored inks because, I don't know, I just don't want to. I think I might color code using mild liners or something like that. Or maybe I won't color code at all. I don't know. But this is a more effective way for me to do it because then I can also write what I did, because I realized when I was trying to come up with these categories, there were more things that could come in here, but I didn't necessarily want to devote a whole color to it. So this way I can just write what it is. Like if I lift, and I can say like booty or upper body or soul cycle or hopefully Barry's boot camp soon or yoga or whatever. I can be more detailed about my workout, but still get the effect of seeing from a yearly point of view how often I'm working out, what kind of workouts I'm doing, etc. So this is, I believe, a Once More with Love collab because it has this adorable doodled pink border, not border. What is this called? I don't know. I don't know what that's called. But I love this insert. And there's a blank space here for you to write whatever. Like if I do color code, I will put my color coding system right there. And then the next part of wellness right now is blank. And it just has these great little list pages because that's the section where I will capture a lot of this stuff. I just haven't set that up yet. Then I have my body section. This is exactly what it was last year because it worked quite well for me, even though I got really bad about tracking it towards the end of the year. And this is two things. I have workouts that I can see a weekly view of, and then detailed day-to-day lifting logs. This is Peanut's Planner Co. This was custom made for me. And here I put this adorable weekly post-it from sticky note from Rose Colored Days, because this is where I'm going to put my workout split, which means what workouts I'm going to do on what days of the week. So love this. This worked super well for me last year. Yeah, I love it. It's blank right now because I wanted to start it fresh in the new year, but I have kept last year's just to kind of refer to should I need to see what I was lifting. Also, people ask me how I store my past inserts. I either stick them in another planner of that size or I just stick them in a bag or a box or something. I'm not fancy. The last section is my Carolyn section. As I discussed, I have the same section in my A6 rings. This one, I have this first dream section. First, I love this insert. And second, this is kind of like more like, I don't know what, long-term dreams, ideas, goals. Whereas what I will keep in my A6 rings is more of like immediate stuff, if that makes sense. So I can't really show you what's in here. But one of the things I did put in here is like brain dump. I guess I can kind of show you. 2019 things that I wanted to remember to kind of figure out or do. This can be whatever it wants to be. If there's like a really good quote that I want to stick in here from my life book, then I will. It can change. Right now I only have this insert in here, but I can change that too. That is the flexibility of having rings. So that's the Carolyn section there. The second half of the Carolyn session is something I have never tracked before, but because I'm making it a priority in 2019, I figured I should. This is the Planner Society December insert that I showed you earlier. Super cute. This is TBD what I'm using this for. It may be part of like dreams, or it may be something else like my references that I keep in there. I'm tracking, finally, social media. So if you follow me on my personal Instagram, which is @CarolynPlans, you know that the majority of my activity comes from Insta stories. I love Insta storying. It's super easy. It's very interactive. It's my favorite thing to do. I am, however, trying to be better about actual posts, and I've been on a 5-day streak or something stupid insane for me. So I want to track that stuff. Now, I also want to change how I use social media for the shop account, which is @XOCarolynDesigns. So I need a place where I can, you know, track that stuff, flush stuff out. I also want to do more YouTube videos, so I have some pages for that. This is what is this insert called? This is the week on 2 pages insert. I think it's a new one from Jasenia. This is part of Annie's insert, but I cannot remember the insert this is from. But I love that it's a year on 2 pages at a glance. Because if I wanted to color code and kind of mark things off here, I can track my social media and see overview for the month and the year, how I'm doing, what I'm doing, etc. This is the week on 2 pages, and this is where I hope to actually write what I did. So for today, where is today? Here. I can fill out yesterday's too. I will put, you know, personal Insta 2019 planner stack, because that is a post that I posted today. That's a picture I posted today. This is where I will keep track of that kind of thing. And I like it because it leaves some space to include that detail, but it doesn't leave too much space so that you can still fit 2 weeks on a page. So I think I have the entire year in here, which is unheard of for me. But because I took out daily and weeklies, y'all, from this, I can put stuff like this in and include the whole year, which is wonderful. Love it. I also included some YouTube pages. This is from Annie's social media insert. And I love this because it devotes an entire page. It has blog or YouTube, which I actually do have a blog, but I haven't decided if that's going to be something I do. But YouTube I want to do so I can flesh out ideas, check things off as I go, because some of the videos that I'm going to do are require much more prep than these kinds of videos. So yeah, that's what that is. So that's my social media section, which is brand new. And I'm very excited to use it. But it's something that's so new to me that I have to like remember that I'm going to use it, if you know what I mean. So I'm coming up with daily, weekly, and monthly planner routines, and I will share those with you when I finalize them. The final section in Carolyn is my book log. This adorable insert is from Annie. This is a cute insert. You can like color this in and you can write what book you read and how much you liked it. I read 0 books in 2018. 0 books from start to finish, at least fiction-wise. I think I may have read some nonfiction, but that's going to change. Oh, I take that back. I read 2 books in Hawaii. But before then, I hadn't read anything. So I want to read more. I love reading. I'm a voracious reader when I get onto it, and I want to track what I'm reading. And so that's what this insert is for. And I know a bunch of other girls want to also kind of get on the reading bandwagon again this year. So this is how I'm tracking it. I think Jasenia and I joke we could have a Read Bitch book club where we don't actually have a book club, but like, yeah, we just have a name. Husband in Hollow. That's it for personal wide rings. It's got excessive deco per usual, but as you can see, not only does it have excessive deco, but it also has a lot of stuff in there that I'm tracking. And my planners are not just there for decoration. This is my favorite part for sure, creativity wise, but I wouldn't set up a planner if I wasn't going to use it. So I'm very excited about all my new sections, all the sections that I kept from last year. I'm really excited about the idea of, I need to put this back, really excited about the idea of using these 2 together to function and cover everything. And then of course my passion planner is just like my overall everything. It's my keep my life together. And if I'm super duper busy and I don't have time to go to these, at least I know I can update my passion planner because it's messy, it's quick, it is what it is. So that is it for my 2019 planner roundup. I think this video is like 43 minutes long. Not terrible considering how many planners I walked through, but yeah, let me know what your 2019 setup is. If you have a video, please link it below. I'm going to be one of those people that starts saying, if you like the video, please click the like button and subscribe for future content. Okay, love y'all so much. Bye. Peace out.